Hello everyone, I want to make a change to the previous video and we're going to make number 15 a question that you don't have to worry about it. We're going to omit that one and I have already removed that from your homework, so you don't have to worry about that one. So we'll move on to number 16. On number 16, we're asked to find the grade point average. And the letter A will receive has a value of 4, letter B has a value of 3, the C has 2 points, and the D has 1 value. Those are the number of points that we're used to. And then as we read this, it indicates that if a student receives an A in a 4-hour class, so an A in a 4 credits or 4 hours class, then a D in 2-unit classes, so the D has 2 units. The D has 2 units, and then the B in 3 credits, and then the C in a 3-credit class. So these are the credits or the units. And then what you will do is multiply each value by the number of credits. So that will give you 16, 9, 6, 2. Then you're going to add 16, 9, 6, and 2. In this case, you get 33 points. And in order to find the GPA, you're going to divide the points by the number of credits. And the number of credits is the sum of 4, 3, 3, and 2. So that is 12 credits. And 33 divided by 12 is 12.75. And that's how we arrive at answer B. Now we're going to turn to question number 17. So on question 17, each one of these dots represents the data. So the beauty or the advantage, one of the advantages of the dot plot is that you are able to recreate the original data. So that's what these values are. So in order to find the mean, what I did, I entered all of these values. You can add them all up and divide them by the number or the sample size. In this case is 15. So when you add all of those values up and divide it by 15, that will give you the mean. And the mean represents the center. That's why this answer is C and this is A, just answering the value for the mean. The median, you will arrange the data in order from the lowest value to the highest value, and the data that is in the middle will represent the median. So the median is 19. And then the median is a question here, does the median represent the center of the data? The median represents, if you look at this, there's 7 values below the median and 7 values above the median. And the last question here is about find the mode. So the mode is the data that repeats the most or the one with the highest frequency. So if you look at the dot plot, notice that 16 is the one that you have 3 of them. That's why the mode is 16. So we turn to the next page to finish this section. And the next part A, is the answer. The mode represents typical data entries. So now we continue. We're also going to omit number 18. So I already removed that from your homework. So we're going to concentrate on question 19. Question 19, I just want to make sure that we're able to use the calculator in this question. If you don't have a graphing calculator, you're welcome to download an app. One student shared that they have used Desmos, or they have used just research or search in your app store about graphing calculator, and there are many of them that have at no cost to you. So in this exercise, step 1, we turn the calculator on. I'm just trying to find a good view for the calculator. So the keys that we are going to use, we're going to press the stat key. Let me bring this up. So we're going to press the stat key, stat, and then in this menu we're going to press enter to choose edit. And notice that I have already data in this list number 1. So we want to clear the list. And so to clear the list, you're going to move the cursor to the heading of the list, and then you're going to press clear and then press enter. That's how you clear the list. So we're going to enter this data that we have here in the calculator. So this data that we have here. So we're going to enter 15, then you press enter, 42, enter, 53, enter, 7, enter, 9, enter, 12, enter, 14, enter, 28, enter, 47, enter. So once you have entered all the data in your calculator, we're going to go to Stat, and we're going to perform calculations. And here they want the sample standard deviation. So Stat Calc, and then you press enter, and you're going to press enter again. My calculator is already programmed to look at list number 1, list 1. So, and the question here is asking you for what is the sample standard deviation. So you need to be familiar with which one of these represents the sample standard deviation, and it is the SX. So the sample standard deviation, and they want you to round it to the nearest tenth. That means 1 decimal point. So you're not going to be using the population standard deviation. The keyword here is the sample standard deviation. So that is 17.8. So be aware and make sure that you pay attention to those details. So the sample standard deviation is this symbol. Okay, so that's why we use this one in this exercise. So now we're going to move on to question number 20. And the keyword that I want to emphasize in this exercise is population. So notice that everything that is asking for in this question is population mean, population variance, and population standard deviation. So keyword population, population, population. The range is one of the easiest calculations to make because it is the largest minus the smallest data. So the smallest data is 2, the highest one is 15. So you'll subtract those two, and that's how we came up with the range, the largest minus the smallest. And then for population mean, so we need to enter this information in the calculator. So I'm going to clear the screen, and again you're going to press Stat key. You press the Stat key, and then you're going to press enter, go to the heading of edit, press clear, then enter. So you have to use the navigation, this navigation, to be able to move up. And we're going to enter this data here. We're going to enter 2, enter, 9, enter, 15, enter, 2, enter, 13, enter, 8, enter, 15, enter, 7, enter, 4, enter, 9, enter. So we are all entered. And we're going to go to Stat, Calculations, enter, enter. And we're looking for the population mean. So the population mean, it will be the same thing as the sample mean. So this X bar that you see here is 8.4. See, notice that is 8.4. And then it's asking for the population mean. So you need to know that, population mean is the same thing as the sample mean. So that is the X bar. The population variance is not provided by the calculator. So what you are going to find first is the population standard deviation. So this one is the one that has this symbol. So in order to be able to find the population variance, that is going to be, and I recommend, in order to be able to get the rounding that the calculator is programmed with, I recommend that you use like 4 decimal places. So 4.6087. So I would round this one. In order to find this answer, I would round this one to 4 decimal places. So that will be 4.6087. 4.6087. and then you're going to square that answer. Okay. So again, 4.6087. So the variance is a square of the standard deviation. So in the calculator, I will enter 4 point. Let me see if I can let me clear the screen, or second quit clear. Okay. So in the calculator, I'm going to enter 4.6087 and raised to the second power. And that will give me the answer to the decimal point that Pearson is programmed with. Okay, so variance is the square of the standard deviation. So this is not provided by the calculator. The variance is not provided by the calculator. You have to do that. That is your human contribution. So we're going to stop here because we have 11 minutes.